Hi everyone, Lisa here from Forest City Stitching. I hope everyone had a great week. This is my fourth time recording the intro. I don't know why I am struggling getting this thing going, but here we are. There's a lot of outside noise and I don't know why, but I think it might be done now. Chilly here, a little bit of snow in the air. I made potato soup for lunch because yesterday was Customer Appreciation Day at the grocery store and I got a free bag of potatoes, so that came in handy with the cooler weather. I got some whips here, a couple finishes, some haul, and I want to go over some 2026 plans with y'all as well. Friday off, so I went through and organized my stitchy stuff a little bit more, went through my kitted up stuff, put my goodie bag from the Spring Stitch North away. Not very good at doing that right off the bat. Typically it waits till the next retreat. I'll use things out of it and put other things in it, but so all that stuff has been put away as well, finally. Yeah, and any patterns and stuff that were hiding in that bag have been cataloged appropriately as well, which is important, very important. I did want to tell you a little story about my son and him losing his glasses. So a week ago Friday, I pick him up and he's upset and he's like, "You're gonna be mad at me." I was outside at recess and my glasses kept falling off, so I put them in my pocket and then they fell out of my pocket and I don't know where they went. Okay, so let's go and look in the schoolyard. So we looked in the schoolyard. Of course, it was dark by that time. And then no luck. So then we go back into the school and speak to the janitor. Always make friends with your janitors because they will come in very handy in many occasions. So that is my parenting tip for you today. So we went and spoke to the janitor and he's like, "Okay, yeah, I'll go and look later with my flashlight and I'll tell the guy that comes to pick up garbage as well." Okay. So then Saturday we went back and looked again in the daylight. No luck. And then I had also emailed his teacher saying, "Hey, can you check with the office?" Da, da, da. On Monday I went to pick him up and I asked them, "Hey, any luck?" And the after school coordinator is like, "Actually, yes, the janitor found them." And I guess he tried to text her for our number because he was worried about him being without his glasses all weekend. But the contact information for us was at school. Oh, my 2026 plans just fell down. So she didn't have any information to give him. It's like, "No problem, I'll just keep them safe." And yeah, so he turned them into the office, so we thanked him and everything, and yeah, so very, very surprised. I really had written these glasses off, and yeah, so the janitor's getting a gift card, of course, because yeah, very, very, very thankful that he is always so helpful. And they're brand new glasses. They're only 2 weeks old, so the glasses drama, even though I forgot to tell you about it at the beginning or last week, has been solved. So yay. So make friends with your janitors. Other things that I just want to mention before I forget, I made a little note. I am also, well, I've already purchased this, so I'm not thinking about it anymore. I did pull the trigger on Friday. I bought the Festive Mandala Stitch Along by Thread the Needle Design, so that's Vonnie. So check her out on Instagram and on Flosstube. but that looks like it's going to be fun. There is a border that's been released already, and then starting December 1st is when you'll get your daily stitches. I did ask her if the border was mandatory to make the pattern work, and she said no. So I think I might leave the border off and just start December 1st. So, but it's a really nice jewel tone kind of pattern or color palette, and that's what I'm looking for. So go check that out if you're interested. Also, there's a new Canadian Flosstuber that my friend Charlene recommended to me, and that's Laura's Craft Room. I believe she's in Winnipeg. So I will link her channel below as well. So I got caught up on her videos. I think she has 2. Yeah, I think 2 is correct. So go check her out. And I have also added her to the Canadian list of Flosstubers, designers, etc. And then another Flosstube that I started to watch this weekend. I got a lot done this weekend. I organized my stitchy stuff. I got some good work in progress done. I caught up on some Flosstube. I made muffins yesterday. I made potato soup today. I'm hoping to do some white chocolate covered cranberries later this afternoon. So it's been a pretty productive weekend. But the third Flosstuber that I want to mention today is stitching on the 40, and her name is Carrie, I believe. She has 4 videos out currently, but the first one is split into a few different sections. So yeah, I got caught up on her too, so she might be someone that you may be interested in taking a look as well. She's in Texas now. She was in Colorado. Yeah, think about that. Yeah, so okay. So I think that gives you my life update and any of the shout outs I wanted to do, and let's get looking at some stitching. So that box back there is my countdown box. I picked that up on Friday. I was supposed to pick it up on Tuesday, but it was so snowy last Tuesday. It took me 40 minutes to get to work. So once I got to work, I wasn't leaving, so. But I did go pick up my planner, my Crazy Life planner that Lori made again this year. So that is very exciting. I have some things that I want to write in here. I got a pack of stickers as well. Also, I did get a couple skeins of the Gold Star floss that I was talking about, and I have safely secured it into that project bag. So next time I am looking for it, it is in the project bag I want it to be in. Okay. I got my fabric from the sewing shop. Now, a spoiler, possibly a spoiler, I got 2 pieces because my October piece never came. And so when I was talking to Kaylee, I said, don't worry, just send 2 pieces next time. And so that's what she did. So I don't know which one's October, which one's November. So, and again, I know Karen, the Twitchy Stitcher, she gets Kaylee's fabrics as well as Sheila from Mrs. Stitches. And I think sometimes we get similar pieces in colors, but sometimes we get completely different things. I believe I'm in the mix club, so that could be why that I'm just random, which is completely fine with me. So this is the one piece. So I think it would be cool to put something like that's the bottom, maybe, right? I don't know what we put there. But that's pretty cool. Or put something down there and like that's like the moon. Or like an aurora up top. That one is called Clairvoyant. This one is really neat. It gives me murky vibes. Tapenade. But it's like brown and green. Very swampy, very dark. Very nice. So again, I don't know which one is which. That might be easier to see without seeing everything through it. But I'm all caught up on my Kaylee 10 stitch fabric. Okay. So that's all I have for haul. Yes. This is just some other random stuff. As well as the finish. But we're not quite there yet. All right, let me open up the planner here. Jot down what I've been working on already this morning. Excuse me. I guess it is like 2 o'clock, so. All right. Excuse me. Winter Quakers. Yeah, when you have a little bit of a burp, and then it just ends up being like heartburn. Yeah, that's just what happened there. All right, Winter Quakers. So I did get caught up on everything for the Great British Bake Off. Now, I had half of mine to kind of make this like my snow day stitch, but no, I don't think so. I don't know if I really want to do a snow day stitch. We live in Canada. It snows. Excuse me. So I don't know if I had all of this one done before, but it is all done now. And then those little snowflakes there, and then started that one there. So that look is looking pretty good. Yeah, hopefully you guys will see this bag again, because my spring Quaker also lives in it, and it is owed some stitches from that bake off, so we'll say that right there for right now. Excuse me. All right, kitty litter. It's probably not coming back out again this year. It just isn't. But we got some good progress on it. So as I mentioned, my Whip Go goal was to finish this page. But let's be honest, there is a ton of back stitching that still needs to be done in this page. So I'm still gonna stay on my Whip Go board for next year, I think. Excuse me. And I know my friend Deborah had mentioned that you're almost done. Good job. Yes, I am almost on this page, but then there's still that third of the chart. But no, I got a lot done on it, so. And it's very much, feels like a tapestry. It's very thick. And I have a broken nail. I am just falling apart over here, apparently. So that's probably going away until next year. All right, and my first finish is the holiday countdown for 2024. Yes, I put 2024 date in there because that is the year of the countdown. So that is done. I would eventually like to get it framed like like the other one, like last year's or the year before, 2023's. We'll just have to wait until that is in the budget. But I don't even have any water up here. But yeah, I do want to get that framed. So it'll go on to the under the bed box until then. Okay. Prairie Schooler Santa. I feel like a lot of these you've seen multiple times over the last little bit, but you can tell I've been pushing for a finish on some of them. And others just need some progress. So Prairie Schooler Santa. Came out a few times. And this is how it's looking now. Got most of that fox in. And I said last week I'm using 301 for him. So I think he's looking pretty good. So this is on my go for a finish. So maybe. And then one more finish. What do we have here? What's happening here? I just have a bunch of random stuff. Okay, year celebrations. And then I finished February. So that's all done. So I should probably just cut that out of that fabric. And then I will probably, I don't think I'm going to put this on Whip Go again next year because I don't have it started. Okay. Yes, I'm not going to put it on my Whip Go board because I haven't started another one. But I will likely put it down as something to start in Mania. I'll probably do that. Yeah. So I think I will do that. Okay, so those are done. That's done. And this may come back up. Okay, and then my last whip that I worked on. Let me just get rid of this. Kind of a semi-finish. It's falling. There we go. Is my Big City Christmas, and so this is the first one. There we go. Kind of on an angle. But that's the department store all done in all its glory. So this was also for Bake Off. It got most of its required stitches for Bake Off, but then yeah, got most of its required stitches, probably about at 130 remaining, but I don't want to start another chart on that this year. So it will probably go on like for Jolly July as a new start. That's one of the new starts. So it won't actually count as a new start, that one, because I'm not counting that as a finish because it's just going to be all one piece for the individual charts as they are put on. So, but very happy that that got accomplished. Yeah, Bake Off was very helpful with that. Okay, so let's move on to my 2026 plans. Yeah, I still need to, oh, hi Arlo, don't touch that. Come on, how about you come around this way? Come on. Come on. No, come on. Come on. Keep walking. There we go. Okay. Oh, there's that toy with a bell that I hear in the middle of the night sometimes. Okay, how about you just be good, okay? He's looking for trouble. Okay, so my 2026 plans. I need to determine what day I'm thinking of starting these on. But I determined I could do 8 to 11 new starts. On here, I think I have 12 pieces, 13 listed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. 12 listed, plus potentially one other one. Yeah. All right. So let's see what I've got. So this was one that was added last minute to the list. And it is Snowfall Chickadee by Diana Bloom. I do have all the floss. I just need to find some fabric. So that is a potential, but it was a last minute ad, so I'm not 100% committed to that one. Another one that I'm not 100% committed to, but was kind of a last minute ad as I was watching Lee from Stick Strings and Other Things, is Song of the Nightingale, Modern Folk Embroidery. I also need to find fabric for that. But I do have the floss back. Although I was just trying to get in under the blanket. Go ahead, Ben. Okay, so this one I do want to do. There's actually, okay, so for sure, I want to start Within a Dream by Lola Crow. I have the floss pack, and I have a piece of, I have a couple random floss. floss in here. I have the floss pack and a piece of pub crawl in here to stitch it on. And then another one that is a potential is Bessie Boo, also from Artsy Housewife. Did I say Within the Dream was Artsy Housewife, or did I mispronounce? It's from Artsy Housewife too. So I have done a floss conversion for Bessie Boo to Roxy Floss. I think the random floss that's in here is for it. And then I also have a piece of pub crawl for her as well. So the Within a Dream is for sure one that I want to do. I don't know if you can see him, but he just went under the comforter there. And then Amy from Renewing Stitches, she has this leaflet, and when I saw it, I said I also have this leaflet, and we are going to do a cow bum together. Yeah, back in the day in high school, I stitched that one for my parents. Yeah. So when I saw that she had this leaflet, I went downstairs and to like the random cross stitch stuff that I have still from like high school, and this one was still there. So just looking at the prices, it was $4.95. I don't know, that sticker's gone. On the back here, $4.95. So yeah. So we're gonna do that cow bum. We don't have a date in mind yet, I don't think. But Amy, let me know when in December you want to start it. I'm looking at the middle half of December for my new starts. So let me know what you think. This one I wasn't planning on starting, but when I was doing some cleanup, I had set aside this fabric. So I believe this is called Phantom. It's from Fabric of the Month for Roxy Floss. So it's pretty cool fabric, right? And I did have in mind this chart for it. The Trick or Treat Town by Flosstubers. So I just need to get the DMC. It's about a page and a quarter of DMCs, but I think that's just perfect. Also, Laura from Laura's Craft Room did Night Riders by Love Poppet on that fabric, and it looks great. So that's something else to keep in mind as well. Yeah, so I think that one's fairly certain that I'm going to do. So there is a few fabrics from Roxy Floss and the sewing shop that I just kind of set aside because I had ideas when they came in. So this one was this kind of cloud one from the sewing shop, and I had an idea of doing like Mama Loves GB has this bird, plus there's like more of a yellow bird. I don't know about the yellow bird. Originally I was going to do both and like flip the yellow bird, but now I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure I'm sold on the yellow bird, but I think this bird would look really good on it, and I could do it in a spot. like, for example, I could start him like down here, right? And then he would just be in this area, right? With those couple clouds. And then if I found another bird, do it over on this side, right? That would match him. So, I think he's a pretty certain start. I just need to get the DMCs for him. So I guess my next step will be doing up a big, like, DMC list. Okay, this one, I put a question out on my Instagram, and I did get a response, but I don't know if I explained my question great, like as well as I should have. Okay, so this is the fabric. It is by the Sewing Shop as well. And this is the pattern. This is by Elle Cross Stitch. She just opened her Etsy shop back up again. But she did have a Patreon that you could buy this through. So, like, when I saw this, I thought of this pattern immediately. Because, like, this is like fireworks, right? I believe I figured it out. That if I start with Marie, so the white cat, put her in the pink splot, because it's the white ones that I'm most worried about. Then Bolt will likely, should end up in that blue splot. Okay. I don't really know who this little mouse is, so I'm not as worried about him. But my question I posed is, so all around them, everyone has like little doodads, right? In white, right? Like a little shoe, a little teacup, right? There's all these little white doodads. All these accents are white. And that's going to get lost on all the white that's here, right? So what color should I do all those little doodads in? Like a silvery étoile. It would be good to have a little sparkle. So that's my question. And Karen had answered my question saying, do the doodads that fall in the blue spot pink. But I was hoping to keep all the doodads the same color, right? And not have them get lost. So if you have any suggestions on that, let me know. Need to get DMC for this one. I don't know why I'm looking at this list because I'm just pulling from what's in here. Okay, and only 2 left. Is that right? What's missing? Okay, so what's not in this bag is Blueberry J. So I want to do Blueberry J as my Blue Jays stitch piece every time we watch a Blue Jays game next year. So I do need to get that started in December so it's ready to go for the season. I need to buy everything for that. Yeah, so that's the only one that's not in this bag. So this here is my Thomas Kincaid. I believe, I don't know what the exact name is. It probably says it in here. It just says Disney Castle. So this is my Disney Thomas Kincaid kit that I got from Disney World. 2010, maybe. They don't sell these kits anymore. Yeah, and so they are very sought after on the aftermarket. I paid $80 for this kit. $80 American, but still. So it was an investment at the time. But now they are going for, this kit particularly is going for upwards to $300, $400 potentially. But I bought it because I want to stitch it, and I do still want to stitch it. So I think this is going to be the year that I actually open it up. So it is 18 by 24 inches. Suggested same for frame size 18 by 24 inches. Okay, so that's like on a 14 count Ada. So this is what the kit looks like in the back. We got all our threads. This crust, I'm assuming it could be crusty Ada, plus it's been folded in here for a very long time. We got a Tinkerbell charm, some Rainbow Gallery, looks like a little bit of some beads and a needle in there. As you can tell, I'm like scared to death to like actually open it. But I think I need to take that plunge because I was thinking of stitching it on this instead. So this is Mozzie Day by Brina Needle. So this piece is 19 by 19. And so this one says you need a frame size 18 by 24. Okay, and that's 14 count Ada, and this is 18 count. The only concern is there a little bit of dye bleed right there. But like it's full coverage at the bottom. I'm gonna need to open it up and do some measuring. Right. I think that would look pretty good. And again, I don't even know that the top isn't full coverage. It very well could be, right? It very well could be. Yeah. So I probably just needed to open it up. It's very scary to open this up. You know how much someone would pay for it now. It used to be in the basement, and so then I moved it up to a more secure location in my bedroom. And it was stitching Cross Stitch the Globe that did the like most expensive kits video, and that's how I found out that that was so sought after. I knew it was out of print, and I knew that people were looking for them, but I didn't know that there was around that price range. So yeah. Okay, and then last, and so this might be like I don't know when I'm going to start this, but this, I don't have the pattern yet, but this is my Flosstube Friends. That's going to be the round robin that we're doing, that I mentioned last week as well. So, yeah, this is the fabric I'm going to put it on. This is the floss that I pulled so far. Again, this might change once I see the pattern. So hopefully that pattern comes. If it doesn't come by the 1st of December from Stitches Central, then I will order it online. You can get a PDF download from October House Fiber Arts. So that's what I'm going to do for that. Yeah. So those are my loose plans. Also, what I came across, I thought there was something on it, but it's just a thread. Also, oh, so this, give you an idea, this is, this is not going to show. Here's a few of the colors for the Festive Mandala. I'm going to do it on this gray. So I have like 5 of the colors that I need. I just need to make a humongous list for Michael's. And then also when I was cleaning up, I came across, I can't show it to you, but it's the pattern we got as like kind of a bonus pattern in the countdown box last year. So it is 113 by 137. It has big snowflake borders. Let's say this is from Jacob, right? So you can kind of imagine big chunky border with a reindeer in the middle with some snowflakes. Is what it looks like. I kind of want to start it. I'm going to start it. And then I found, you know, again, when I'm cleaning up, this like crimson red floss from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. Now, because it's the only skein I have, now it is 25 yards, so it's a good amount. I was thinking of doing it 1/1 on this gray. You can't really see the gray, but it's gray. Yeah, so that would make it teeny tiny, considering the pattern itself is as big as this. Big as this. So that is my thought on that. And then 2 other things that might go on, like a Jolly July start, or Mania start, is Twilight Moon, because I picked out this skein of Chantilly. So it's nicely variegated for the moon. And then it's not, so this thank you is from Patty. I thought someone was coming up the stairs. It could have just been Arlo going down the stairs. And the card is from, oh, I don't mean to be flashing the pattern a little bit there. The card is from Deanna, but perhaps I just put this card inside. But it is a Darling and Whimsy design. It's not this. It is like a holly Quaker, and then she had sent this cottage garden threads to stitch it with. So yeah, that would be an easy start for like Jolly July. See all the things that you find when you clean up? Oh. All right, well, this is a longer video. I hope everyone enjoyed my rambling. I hopefully have cut out the major spot of the coughing. But yeah, I got lots of people to tag in the description box, so check them out. And yeah, I'm just going to continue seeing what I can get done for the remainder of the year. But yeah, let me know if you have any comments, suggestions, insight about kind of what my plans are. If you have any of those patterns and want to join in, particularly if you have any suggestions for my white little doodads and that Disney pattern. Yeah, all comments are welcome below. So everyone have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week.